Gaffer, that was fairly comfortable.
Yeah, people don't really realise the work you put into them games. We've been working on it since Sunday, the game plan. We knew they'd switch to a diamond at times if they had to, and we've already implemented what they do at that point. So, we've executed a game plan today, and we've executed it with brilliance. We've executed with power, pace, and it's been a real destructive performance from the team. But the goals are exquisite. The goals, each one individually and collectively, are brilliant. And it's an outstanding performance.
That second goal, was that straight off the training ground?
No, we've never looked on that one. No, no. It's we've got players that the forward players in this team. The goals we've scored and the goals we do score, they're individual at times, but the real team goals. And there's a lot of players out there who can score goals. And Nicky Adams' ball for Lowy, he's absolutely on the plate. The athleticism and acrobatics he's done to get that over. But Danny Mayor's goal, it's a goal that it's, for me, represents Danny Mayor now, the new Danny Mayor, and I want him productive. It's very hard to pick up in that wing forward position. It's really hard for him to pick up, and he's threatened so many times coming on the inside track. But at times it is unstoppable. The boy at times, what's in his head and his football head, you can't get inside that. You let him be a free spirit, you let him go and do his business, because there's no other player like him. He's a one-off, he's an individual, but he has a discipline about his performance now. Now he's a Bury player, and he's a match winner every single time we turn out.
You know what's coming. He gets in that position, drops his shoulder, cuts inside. You know what's coming.
Sometimes you've got boxers out there. You know that they're going to do the punch, but you just can't stop it or defend it. And it might be that killer punch that that the best boxers had, and it's coming. But you've worked all week to try and stop it and defend it, and you can't. That's Danny Mayor. And like I said, I don't coach Danny Mayor much. I give him the values of work and hard work, and he represents a Dave Flitcroft. The values what I hold dear, but that was a scintillating performance, but a powerful, pressing, physical performance. The boys have put an unbelievable shift in, epitomised by Rose's willingness to just not non-stop running.
Danny Rose need that goal?
No, I told him yesterday I'm not bothered if he does or doesn't score. As long as the team wins, I'm not bothered. But what I want every single game off Danny Rose is the work, commitment, and desire that he plays with. He must be horrible to play against if you're a centre half, and we get goals off of Danny's pressure, and Danny will get goals because of his pressure. So he'd just been off that 10%, but today it was Danny Rose of old, and all he's got to concentrate on, Danny, like we've said, is concentrating on his running power, running potential, and the goals will come off the back of that.
Kelvin Isugu, we've called him the silent assassin on commentary because he's just so effective on the ball.
Yeah, he's had a because he's not a pre-season Kelv. He's missed some vital training sessions, and at times you can see him getting better and better and better, and he will do. He's a thinker. He doesn't give the ball away. His pass completion is incredible, but he has got a drive in his game as well. He can go and drive and hurt you through the centre of the pitch, and him and Sawsey has put one hell of a midfield partnership up there. But Kelv enjoys the horrible side, he enjoys the ugly side, he enjoys the discipline side. And sometimes when all throughout the leagues you get a show pony or a player who wants to do an Hollywood ball, Kelvin doesn't. He just wants to win. And it's a great human quality to have, to go on a football pitch and just win. And Kelvin possesses that.
Nicky Adams on Duracell batteries. He just never stops, does he?
Does it again? He's another one. It must be horrible playing against him. He pops up in holes all the time. As a centre half, do you go with him? As a midfielder, do you go and try and cover or shield him? And Nicky's got an enthusiasm, and that's the reason why I got him. I loved Nicky when I was a player with him. I love Nicky as a person. He comes in the football club. There's a bounce to him. There's a spring in his step, and that's how he plays football. What he has done today a little bit better than normal is just slowed himself down on final impact and that last little bit. And he stood out a mile. He stood on the ball a couple of times and just assessed different situations and waited for something else to happen. But Nicky Adams, he sets you off. He sets you off because he's just got a love of football, and I'm just glad we've got him here.
92nd minute, I think it was, he's chasing the long ball into the corner, full pelt. It was an old Forrest Gump moment in there, saying, stop Nicky.
Run, Nicky, run. He's like I said, he's a top person, and he's really grown up since the player I knew, you know. He's got a family now, his family come down and enjoy the JD experience, and you know, he's a person I've got a lot of time for. Overall
then, just a lot better than last weekend?
Last weekend, you know, we've done all right, just defensively, very poor, very off colour last week. But the lads was hurting, you know, it was a long journey home. The lads was hurting. We was a staff, we put it to bed Monday morning, Monday afternoon, and that was it. Wasn't spoke about after that. We just concentrated on planning and preparation for Portsmouth, and you know, they've absolutely executed the game plan to the detail that we've put into.
Tuesday, Shrewsbury now, straight into the next one.
Well, you know, I know a lot, obviously, Mickey Mellon. You know, I had a year with him at Barnsley, a special person, a unique person, top manager, so I know what Mickey's team will represent. But you know, we're competitive ourselves, and we're a team that, you know, will go there and give a good account of ourselves. And you know, they're really pleased. The players are pleased with that clean sheet today. That's something, you know, I really wanted. I think they've only scored Portsmouth 2 away goals, so I demanded that we get a clean sheet, because there's goals in our team. You know, they come from everywhere. We've got a lot of players on quite a few goals, so it was important we kept a clean sheet, you know, and that mantra will be there on Tuesday night. But we'll be planning tonight and tomorrow and then Monday for an assault on a very good Shrewsbury team.
I mean, I just said to Danny, the interview saying how much of that result, Flickers, came from the discussions between 4:45 and 5:15 last week, because you were saying the lads were very open about everything, determined after the game.
Just honesty, Keith. You know, there was a real honesty about how we conceded. Individuals conceded, but you know, we regrouped. We do everything as a team, staff included. It's something that is a real collective, and we all took full responsibility for the defeat. But on the same toss of the coin, they all took the responsibility to win this football match today. So what I love about football is you've either got a Tuesday game to put it right, or a Saturday game, and we lost 3 points, and we lost 3 goals. But you know, we kept our dignity, and we come to our own stadium today, and real professionalism.
Oh, from the first minute one, that you were at it from minute one, really, weren't you?
It was good. The decision making was special. You know, when they come and pressed us, we went over the top. When they sat off, we played through the units. So you know, sometimes we get that balance a little bit wrong, but it was possession based football, but it had penetration today. It had devilment, and it had power. So all the things that I look for from a team that I manage was evident today.
Was that an example, because of they've got some good players? They've got players who are good with the ball, running with the ball. That was an example of those players all being on the game at the same time, and frankly, Ports have not been able to cope.
There's not many teams will. If our lads turn up as a unit and as a collective, and I'll put 9s out of 10s in, which I think we had today, then they're fit. There's no doubt about that. All our testing's telling me they're fit. There's a willingness to run for each other. There's a desire, but our pass completion and press completion today, when we do the stats, will be high. There's no doubt about that. And we played through them at times, and at times made them look like moving mannequins. We really did. We did. And that pleases me, because they're a team that are up there, or want to be up there. They should be up there. They're one of the big budget teams in the league, and they come up against a real force today.
I mean, it made me smile, actually. Someone highly connected with Portsmouth said before the game, it's going to be difficult. We're no good down the right hand side now. Then the left hand side, sorry. And I thought, by half time, the right back didn't know where he was. He'd been dragged off, but at all sides of the pitch, all around the pitch, they couldn't cope.
Yeah, that's the thing, Keith. Like you're saying, if 10 players are on it there, and going for your 8s and 9s out of 10, then we can hurt you from different sides of the pitch, from down the centre, from the left, from the right. Some diagonals that Pabs has played today, just to, off the back of Ertl, they've been good. So decision making was good, precision was good, and we've hurt Portsmouth today. But it's like Louis' goal. 5 minutes before that, the chance before that he's missed, he just gets straight back up. All great strikers, he doesn't ruminate in it. That's why he gets so many goals. Doesn't ruminate in the moment. within 10 seconds it's gone, he's reset, and then he's there for the second one. So, you know, absolutely brilliant.
How hard did it pick 2 out of 3 there to start up front?
It's not, because, you know, I'm communicating well with him, and it's not hard because, you know, everything I do, it's not personal, it's professional, it's for football reasons, and you know, Nards knows why he didn't start today, and Danny Rose and Louis knows why they did. So, you know, they're professionals, Keith. We're dealing with top professionals, and top professionals just want to win, even when they're out of the team.
Top professionals have shown 3 times, 3 defeats, and you've come back and won the one after, haven't you? So
Yeah,
that tells you a story, doesn't it?
It does. They hurt. You know, they hurt like I hurt, like you fans hurt, like you know, the reports. We hurt when you care. You hurt. But the best way to show that is to not stay on that moment. You know, move on. And they've done that fantastically, because, you know, this has not just been 3-0. This has been an absolute, real dominant display
of the best of the season, really, isn't it?
Potentially.
Yeah. What was you thinking when changing the goalkeeper?
I think the policy that I'd had, and the way that I'd rested Rob after his 2 mistakes at Exeter, you know, I felt the third goal on. Yeah, the third goal was the one. Honestly, at 2-1, I felt as though we'd just gone on in the game. Really did. And it was just the acceptance on the third goal, and the fact that, you know, I just felt as though give Rob a shot. He's ready for that shot. And getting back in the team, and, you know, he's done well again. So it was just it's keeping people competitive, keeping people on their toes. You know, I think as a team we could have, you know, defended the 3 goals better, and that was part of the decision-making process.
That was just, you mentioned it already, but that must be as pleasing as almost the 3 goals. The fact that those boys who were hurting last week and held their hands up, and were open about holding their hands up, clean sheet, and a proper clean sheet, because Rob's had nothing to save.
No, when the team's good and it's all functioning right, then you know, we limit chances and against us. We really do. But we've created a hell of a lot today, and it was a real team performance, and they've deserved to get a clean sheet. But they you know, they really do want to earn that clean sheet. And for me, it starts up front with Rosie and Louis' work ethic, and Nards, you know, and Nicky, who we touched on before. There's an energy about them players that we've spoke about. It's very difficult to get any momentum in the game.
It's all little steps, Flickers, isn't it? But I can't remember the last time you've had crowds of over 4,000 on 3 successive home games in the league.
It is small steps, but, you know, I said to the players after the game, what pleased more than anything was, 4 months ago when we played Portsmouth, and they got it back. Was it 4-4, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But it never looked like that. We completely de-energised them. We demotivated them, and. You know, there was no wave, there was no comeback, because we've moved on as a football club. We've moved on the pitch, but I think off the pitch, with what the club try and do and execute and deliver off the pitch, there's a feel good factor coming back, and I hope it stays, because, you know, we are up there, and we're playing some decent stuff, and
that was great stuff.
It's important.
I mean, it's a good point what Keith made. Obviously, the 4,000 plus crowds. Basically, you got the home support back to the level it was when you got promoted the last time, and also when you're in League One. I mean, I saw a lot of them on the feet today. Couldn't believe what they were seeing. I mean, how important is it that you're showing them that sort of football? It's
important to me, because I'm a football fan myself, you know, and I take my boys to football games all the time, and it's important. The fans are massive on this journey. You know, I want them to be a part of it. I want them to to watch a product that they're happy with, and you know, the stakeholders. That's what fans are. Without the fans, there's no football club. And when they come in, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to enjoy Danny Mayer and Nicky Adams and the team, and I want them to enjoy, you know, the defenders, you know, defending and a work ethic. You know, it doesn't matter how much you pay to get in a football match. You know, when things are tight, you're spending money on that game, and I want to express hard work. You know, people work hard for the money. I want an expression of hard work. I want an expression of physicality. I want an expression of entertainment, and there's a positivity in the play, but I want that going back into the stand, and I think we're getting that. So if that happens on a Saturday, that goes out to the town, and you hopefully build from that. But word of mouth is the best way to try and get, you know, people back into the stadium. And it's certainly happening.
And we talk about fans' numbers. I mean, you've never had a problem with away support. It's been consistent throughout, hasn't it? And I guess the next step is to translate the performance we've seen week in, week out at the JD to the next one at Shrewsbury, show them the same thing again.
Yeah, you know, we've lost 2 games away from home, and you know, it's when we've got at the top of the league. So that's something, you know, we've looked hard at, but you know, I'll keep looking at performance. It's a different game plan. Every team's different in League Two. We'll have a different game plan that we'll design tonight. You know, we've got a good few hours tonight to work on it. The lads are in tomorrow. They've got a full day in it tomorrow, and you know, we'll try and come up with a game plan to be very competitive against a Shrewsbury team.
I'm going to say that, I mean, Shrewsbury team with a very comparable home record as yourselves. I mean,
it's the best in the league. It's the best in the league this season. So I've seen watching them against Leicester. They were fantastic. There'll be a representation of Mickey Mellon. You know, Mickey is he's a thinker. He's a top coach. One of the best in the country. But he's a fantastic manager, and you know, he's someone who potentially, when I got the job, you know, we talked about, you know, bringing him here, but it wasn't right. He's a manager in his own right. He assisted me incredibly at Barnsley. He's a very loyal person, and he's a top guy. So, you know, I know exactly what that team will represent. It will represent Mickey Mellon, and you know, I'm just looking forward to locking arms with him.
I suppose you're 2 managers that know a lot about each other, but I guess it's the players that win the matches, that win the points, isn't it? They're the ones that are important on the day. Yeah,
you still got to do the planning though. You know, we've got 3.5 days now to do that, and we've got to get that right, and got to get the detail into the players. And then I feel once you've done that as a manager coach, and it's concise and it's precise, then it is a case of, well, you know, it is over to the players. But I'm not really into that saying it's over to the players. I think that you're still with them. They still want you there at the side of the pitch, and you can still guide, motivate, and lead them. So, you know, I never leave players once they've gone over the line to think that they're on their own. They've always got a support mechanism.
Okay, right. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers, guys.